Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Good evening class. Especially good evening to Ma'am Iswandini Agustin MPD, lecturer of Curriculum and Material Development. Let me introduce myself. I'm Balkis Harun Ar-Rashid, but you can call me Balkis. I am a student of Department of English Education. Exactly, I'm in semester 4. And today I'm going to try you about excess of materials. Hopefully, all of you guys can catch up the meaning well what I tell you about it. Thank you. Okay, let's move to the next slide. I will show you the first slide about teacher. How important is the role of the teacher for continuity of learning activities in schools? The role of the teacher in building the world of education will never be replaced, because the teacher is the first support and the figure who becomes the class organizer. The role of the teacher is very large, as in the 4.0 era like this. However, it is undeniable that the current system and principle of free learning or Merdeka Belajar are being implemented by the government, which says that at this time, it is not only the teacher who is the main center, because the student center applies the principle that now learning must also be centered on the participants educate. This means that sometimes in making learning materials, students are also involved. So, the teachers know what is needed by the students and what materials are not yet understood by students. Okay guys, in this video, I will explain what self-access materials are as well as some examples of them. I hope you all enjoyed my video and got on an understanding of what self-access materials are all about. Happy watching! Self-access language learning is language learning process where students set their own targets and learn to achieve all those targets by learning the materials prepared for autonomous learning without the mediation of teachers in the process. Even so, teachers also have a very important role in choosing and arranging what learning materials will be studied by students. On other occasions, teachers must also position themselves as a material designer. Materials for self-access learning are divided into 4. First, published learning language materials. Second, authentic materials. Third, specially produced materials. And the last or the fourth, students' contribution to materials. Now, I will explain you one by one. Happy watching till the end. Okay, the first published language learning materials. It is material that has been provided by the public, and teachers do not have to bother with compelling teaching materials for teaching. Teachers only need to understand and review the materials to be taught to students. Some examples of public language learning materials are books and graded readers. The second, there are authentic materials. It's material that is made or produced not to be used as a reference for learning target learning. The material is usually in digital form and printed materials such as magazines or newspapers. However, the use of authentic materials is one option that can be used in the ELS class, which has been implemented for a long time with experience in it. There are several reasons why authentic materials is an effective and excellent learning method in language development. The first, motivate students. The second helps develop language skills, and the third or the last contributing to language immersion. However, teachers still have to organize the content of core of the material in organized manner. And the third is the benefit of using material that is already understood by the teacher and is really needed by the students. Time of productions, quality of the materials that have been produced, and content of materials that can be used as teaching materials. The third, specially produced materials, is material that was created intentionally for the sake of self-access learning. Teachers are expected to create materials that will help students with learning context in easy to understand a language. And the last or the fourth of the class, students' contribution to materials, where students are given the authority to participate in making materials with teachers or providing authentic materials. Alright, then I will explain you about self-access materials should have the following qualities. The first, have a clear goal that is formed in single unit. It is very useful to provide information to students about various activities and tasks that must be done by students. The second, using language with conversational style that is often known by students and uses a lot of passive voice sentences. The third, providing simple illustrated examples so that it is easy for students to remember and understand it. And the last of the fourth, having feedback where students can get answers that have been answered in their respective assignments and have evaluation results to repeat the material if there are students who still needing understanding and suggestions. The fourth benefit of self-access materials is that the materials taught are materials that have been contributed by students. This idea was inspired by involving students so that the students can get their opinions regarding the materials to be met, which will ultimately have a good impact on students and give them the responsibility to develop themselves. And this method also allows students to learn to make good materials that will be used in the teaching and learning process. By learning from their experiences, teachers can make responses from students as their reason for improving learning materials. And also students can contribute in terms of material development with different roles. It can be started by being an active student in terms of giving responses and suggestions, always being active in providing analysis and participating as a material maker along with the teachers. However, it all also depends on the attitude of the individual student. Will they become a student who just accept all the materials without any criticism in it? Or become a student who contributes in determining what materials will be used in teaching and learning activities? Alright guys, and okay, maybe that's all I can explain about self-access materials. I really hope that what I explain can provide benefits and understanding of how to be good maker or designer of learning materials so that they can produce satisfying materials and make students active class participants and participate in determining the material. Alright, thank you very much for watching my video about self-access materials. Don't forget to like, comment below, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you always get the notifications when I send the videos. Thank you and see you in the next videos. I'm Balkisan Ar-Rashid from Pancasila University Bekasi. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.